All right, the trade saga is starting out here in 2022-2023, and it all kicks off with a trade that we were kind of expecting later tonight. I mean, this trade was announced yesterday, but we didn't really have any details. We had all these insiders saying that it was going to happen, but then it didn't happen. But finally, 3 minutes ago, the Maple Leafs have acquired goaltender Matt Murray in a trade with the Ottawa Senators. Take a look at this. Let's read through the press release on the website here. The Maple Leafs announced today that the club has acquired goaltender Matt Murray, a third-round selection in the 2023 draft, and a seventh-round pick in the 2024 draft from the Senators in exchange for future considerations. Ottawa will also retain 25% of Murray's salary as part of the trade. Murray, 28 years old, has appeared in 246 regular season games with Ottawa from 2020-2021 to 21-22, and the Pittsburgh Penguins from 2015-16 to 2019-20 over the course of his 7-year NHL career, posting a record of 132, 78, and 22 with a 2.77 goals against average, a .911 save percentage, and 14 shutouts. In the playoffs, the Thunder Bay, Ontario native owns a record of 29-21 with a 2.18 goals against average and a .921 save percentage and 6 shutouts. He was a part of the Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup Championship teams in 2016 and 2017. In international competition, Murray helped Canada capture a silver medal at the 2019 Worlds, and he suited up with Team North America at the 2016 World Cup of Hockey. He also was originally selected by Pittsburgh in the third round of the 2012 draft. So this trade right here is pretty much everything that we thought it was going to be. Toronto getting Matt Murray with some salary retained, as well as some sweeteners in the process. In return, they're giving up future considerations, which is pretty much nothing. It's just kind of a label that they put for trades where a team is like, okay, here, we just want to give our stuff to this other team, but we don't really need anything in return. Let's just throw in some future considerations there, so in theory, if the Maple Leafs wanted to, I don't know, buy Pierre Dorion a drink one day, they could do that, as long as it's in the future, of course. But overall, the Maple Leafs are getting themselves a third and a seventh as the sweetener to take on Matt Murray at 75% full salary, and honestly, I mean, you could probably do a bit better, but at the same time, this trade took so long to actually be revealed that I don't really know if there was any more negotiating room that was available in these types of negotiations. I think a lot of people were just kind of expecting something super big to go along here, especially when you consider the fact that Murray was almost traded to Buffalo the other day. He almost got traded to the Sabres, but eventually he said no because he has a modified no-trade clause, and Buffalo was indeed on that trade list that he has. He refused to waive it, which is why he stayed in Ottawa for the NHL Draft. Eventually, though, that trade package at the Ottawa Senators, the sweetener that they would have given up, eventually turned into Alex DeBrincat, so I think a lot of Senators fans were really happy to see Murray exercise his right to stay on the Sens in that time frame. But now, this goaltender making $6.25 million a year till 2024. Let's do the math right here. 6.25 multiplied out by 0.75. The Maple Leafs are only going to be paying Murray $4.6875 million a season. That's what it is, $4.6875 million a year till the end of the 2024 season. That is 2 more years of this Thunder Bay goaltender under their belt. Now, we did say that he bounced back this season. He had a .906 save percentage and a .305 goals against average in 20 games played for the Sens. A lot better than his .893 in 27 games in 2020-2021, as well as the .899 save percentage he had in the Pittsburgh system in 2019-20. Of course, though, the goals against average was still a tad better than the .287 he posted up in that season. But Matt Murray is a goaltender that, with all things considered, he honestly wasn't terrible this previous year. The Senators were not a great team. He had a record of 5-12-2, so if you add the losses in overtime to that total loss number, it's 5-14, which is absolutely bollocks right there. So you definitely acknowledge that Murray probably does have some better showcases ahead of him, and Leafs fans are just doing all they can to hope that that comes with their team. You had yourselves Ville Husso, who was indeed on the market earlier last week, but he eventually got traded over to the Detroit Red Wings, so that is an option that you're not going to be able to exercise. Jack Campbell has been linked to the Oilers all week, so he is likely going to head over there. Darcy Kemper might be going over to Washington. We have a whole bunch of trade rumors and goaltender rumors over here, but for Matt Murray, he has been finalized in a brand new system. He is now on the Toronto Maple Leafs, and this was announced 3 minutes ago. So talk to me in the comments your thoughts about the Matt Murray trade, the Ottawa Senators sending this player over along with a 3rd and a 7th to Toronto for future considerations. If you're a Leafs fan, are you confident that Murray is going to be your guy? You are departing from a system that had Jack Campbell in it, as well as Peter Mrazek. Both these guys are now gone. And you have yourselves Matt Murray, as well as whoever the heck you want to call up to be a goaltender in the backup position in your system as well. You have Joseph Woll, Eric Kallgren, let's move the screen over here, Ian Scott, Michael Hutchinson, a few guys that could be tossed around there. If you really wanted to go after another backup, then maybe that's a possibility as well. Or maybe you think of Murray as your backup, but I don't know, Murray's making $4.6 million against your cap, so you probably would not want to do that. But talk to me in the comments either way, all your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Juraj rolls 99, and bye.